Get some OJ. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Got the OJ. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think. Well, we have the coffee, so that is ready. Hot Springs Mountain. Today it's Mountain Tower, Arkansas. Yeah, I've been to the Mountain Tower. That was a fun little day jaunt with my grandparents and my mother and whoever else was with us. Maybe it was my aunt when she was still alive. And yeah, we just went to the Ouachita National Forest and went to. Yeah, it was great because they got a lot of like retiree they have a lot of cafeterias everywhere because it's like a retirement place. And yeah, they have nice touristy. They have like Shangri La, Mountain Tower. They have like a basically it's like a Luby's up there. It's like a fancy Luby's. A tourist Luby's is like a fancy Luby's, and I love that. Yeah. So basically, I would have stayed in Arkansas and stayed living and working there, and I probably would have had a very happy life. Alternatively, I just got really homesick for Houston, Texas back then. The the mountains are beautiful. Now, going to work every day and looking at beautiful mountains in Hot Springs, Arkansas, I was like, wow. I wasn't used to that in the flat, neon Houston, Texas, which does not have a very pleasing, appealing aesthetic to it. It's just gray, concrete, neon, depressing, flat. And then so I'm like, oh, wow, I'm surrounded by mountains. Well, even if my job sucks, and even if I don't have a girlfriend, at least I was like, well, hey, look, I work in the mountains, though. At least I was like, look at this beautiful scenery. So I could, I could make myself happy thinking it, living that thought every day going to work. It's like, well, no matter what, no matter how many other lemons or things aren't working out, look at these. Look how beautiful this scenery is. And so I almost stayed, but then I realized something. Not only, was Hot Springs a tourist town, but it's also, I don't know. I was not impressed by the girls in Arkansas. I mean, I was like, in Houston, there's lots of pretty girls, and then so like I'm not impressed by the girls in Hot Springs, and so yeah, they weren't really. It wasn't hot, They didn't have attractive chicks there, and so what? Okay. But so that's why the return to Houston was a lot easier because Houston most of the time has more beautiful women. Not maybe than any other place, but there's 9 times out of 10 more attractive chicks here. So but the city itself is ugly and atrocious and disgusting and filthy and all that big city metropolitan problems. So this gray concrete, as George Carlin would say, this big fat neon sewer. Maybe another reason we weren't really clicking with the Arkansas people that much. Like they're a little bit slower, like slower draw. I don't know if it's slower thought process too, but and since you're out in the country, people tend to talk about country things. And like when you're in the break room in Arkansas, it's like the people are gossiping about Jed didn't pay his truck bill or something, and I don't know, it's just kind of lame too. well, got to get more child support. And, it's just yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful driving through Arkansas. It's beautiful going on like vacation. Yeah, but living there, I know yeah, that's the kind of the issue if you're from Texas. That if you go live in Arkansas, that you're like, yeah, it's beautiful. If you're gonna retire, or something, man, they got your back. They got the hospitals, they got the laid back vibe. They've got the buffets. They've got all that stuff. If you have retirement money, and you have a good retirement, it's a retiretopia. It's got all those lakes and rivers and forests and mountains. It's fantastic. But in that regard, and the people are sweet. The people are nice, even if they're a bit slow on the have a slow drawl. But yeah, there might have been more babes at the grocery store. I worked at the Lowe's Home Improvement Center, so maybe I made a wrong choice if I was looking for babes. I went to the wrong job. You know. My favorite day of work, it was like, I was outside in the parking lot doing outside lawn and garden at the Lowe's Home Improvement Center in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And there was a country bar, and it was like a karaoke bar. And I heard some guy, and he was like shit faced, singing. Or maybe one of my favorite days was there wasn't many black people in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and so if you saw a black person, it was like a rare thing. It wasn't like in Houston where it's like you could see a dude with dreadlocks walking down the road pretty much any time of any day, basically in almost any area of town. Just about. I can't say all of it, but every second. But in Hot Springs, Arkansas, there was only like one black dude in the back of that Lowe's Home Improvement, and then there was one guy on a prisoner exchange. Lowe's had this program that was like prisoner exchange, prisoner rehabilitation, like after they get paroled and to transition back into society, And one guy was in that program, and it was a black dude, like fat dude, and he had like a hoopty. And then, so I was walking through the parking lot, and I noticed him jamming his music. And I'm into music, so I'm like, oh, I wonder what people are playing. I wonder what people are listening to. And I'm just naturally into that, naturally curious, and naturally that catches my interest, music. So, he was playing a song. It was like ghetto hype, ghetto hype, ghetto tight, ghetto tight, ghetto hype, ghetto tight, and then he had this like, in his afro, he had like a comb in his head. It was like ghetto hype, ghetto tight, ghetto hype, and I've never seen like a black guy happier than that. Like, just the joy on his face singing ghetto hype or ghetto tight or whatever it was called. Well, I didn't like the prisoner exchange always because they had one like kind of like white redneck dude, and he's like, hey, yeah, I'm in the prisoner. I guess he wanted to threaten me or something, like when I was at work. These were the temporary employees, the parolee. I think I might have been a seasonal employee, but this is kind of like the Vladimir Putin recruits the North Koreans to go kill Ukrainians and stuff. It's like, backup. The reserves. right? The evil reserves for a corporation or for an army, and that's what these guys were like. And so this guy wanted it. I know a lot of people, they want to tell me how tough they are because they fought a guy, or they, hit a guy, or they shot a guy, or they stabbed a dude, or some of these little pricks, they want to show me how tough they are because they're like, I'm a big strong man, and whatever. And he was doing that kind of shit, and it was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, you know how I got in this? And I was like, oh yeah, yeah. So what happened? And he's like, I stabbed the guy in the neck. And I was like, oh, well, why'd you stab him in the neck? He looked at me the wrong way. I was like, okay, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm gonna be over there. Yeah, I'm over far away from you. Have a nice day. I stabbed the guy in his neck. Making that bacon. Don't be forsaken. Know that I'm taken. Hey, yeah. Ghetto tight, ghetto hype, ghetto tight. I don't know who sang that, but this Texas heat wave, Texas drought, heat wave, heat dome. Uh, yeah, my allergies are bad too. So as well. Allergesus. The return of these nuts. Yeah, my parents are into like napping. I'm into farting, I guess. Oh. Well. Yeah, I don't believe in the nap. I know some people believe in the health benefits of nap. I think it's better to just sleep, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people over 60 are into naps, maybe even over 50. But I like the idea of you go to sleep at night and then you wake up in the morning, like 7, 8 hours later, and you feel all refreshed. I'm into that old-fashioned feeling. So my mother and stepdad have been into waking up real early at the butt crack of dawn and then going back to sleep and then sleeping at like during the day. And like, I don't like that sleeping style. All right. Yeah. And of course, Wednesday is my 45th birthday. I-45. Should I go to Interstate 45? No, wait, that doesn't make sense. All right. Yeah, that was my old middle school friend, Randy. We call him Rando back in the day. But not like random. We just called him Rando because it was funny. And it was funny to us. Right. And then my uncle would call me Scotro. I guess it was funny in the 90s to call people O something. You know, I put O at the end of the name. Hey, it's Bobo. Hey, it's Jono. Scotro. Rando. It's not Brandon, it's Brando. Yeah, that shit's I guess pretty funny. Uh, but maybe you don't hear Myko that much. Maybe you hear Mikey. You know. Doesn't always work for every name, obviously. There he goes. So Randy has this big 2011 New Year's party, New Year's Eve party, and invites me too, because we had, I don't know, linked up on middle school, talking about the old days on Facebook or something. So he wanted a little bit of his new school people, and then he wanted some like blast from the past, like me, or whatever. Or in the in the Facebook Meta Platforms designation, it's called Old Friends. And then one time I looked on the Facebook, and my friend Jeff from Pasadena, he put me on the old friends list, and I was like, "You put me on the old friends? You put me on the ancient friends list?" I'm no longer in your top 8. What happened? Have we grown that far apart over the years? Well, or what if they had a section that was like people I don't like anymore, or they put ex friends, or oh hey, you know what? If you live long enough, maybe you can have like a deceased people, friends or family on there. Deceased account, yeah. So yeah. Maybe you could have a section called shit list. I mean, be creative with your social media. My top 8 life shits people, shit people. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. You could have like top most backstabbing bastards section. Yeah. Top 10 assholes. Yeah, get creative with it. Have fun. Top 8 douchebags. So Randy started, or Rando, at the New Year's Eve party. There was liquor everywhere. It was a 2010 New Year's Eve party to 2011. And all these people were at this party. I mean, just ass loads of people. And all these people he knew in real estate, and all these people, his friends, and you know, just crazy amount of people really at this house in Pasadena, Texas, where we grew up. And he started to recite some Tone Loc, which was a rapper from the like 1980s, and he did a toast, and I got it on video, but I didn't upload it to YouTube because you know everybody was wasted, and it would have been kind of So he's raising the glass to the toast in the new year, and he goes, "I got Gabe, and I ain't got no shame." And everybody would go like, "Ah." Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. Not yet. Oh, she got her potty pad out of place. Oh no.
That's probably why she's got diarrhea.
Dun, dun, dun. Eating potty pad.
Stop it. Tula. Yeah. Probably why she, I had a big fat surprise and mess for me.
Oh, there was diarrhea everywhere.
Well, she made 4 spots
Yeah.
on the paper.